I finally got out to fish on the boat for the first time in 2025, and the lake of choice was Prairie Queen. At this first spot that we decided to stop at and fish, we were catching fish like crazy. I was using a small jig head with a worm, and I was catching any bluegill that came by. I easily could have caught over 100 fish in this one spot. But I wanted to go for something bigger. In fact, in this exact spot, a couple years ago, I caught a master angler channel catfish. I'm going to get up on my high horse for just a second and talk about when fishing for panfish, please don't use small hooks. At least don't use small hooks without a jig head. And what you're looking at right now is a jig head. You can attach soft plastics to it and whatever else. I prefer 1/32 of an ounce jig heads, and I just put a worm on it and I just throw it out there, and I could literally catch panfish all day. Because for whatever reason, when using a jig head with a worm, panfish by and large do not swallow the hook. If you look at this picture here, most of the hookups that you get on these fish look just like that. That's why. We could have sat at that first spot and just kept catching panfish all night, but it was a beautiful night and we were in the mood to catch something a little bit bigger. So we moved to another spot of the lake where I've had success before catching big catfish and big largemouth bass. So here we are. The reason I like this place is sometimes there's some shade under the bridge. There's a deep water channel, there's some rock on both sides, and lots of aquatic vegetation. A great area to throw a weedless Senko Gary Yamamoto worm, and there we were, and we caught nothing in that spot. But we were undaunted. We changed up our presentation, we changed up what we were doing, where we were at. We got closer to the dock, and basically we started catching fish. Maybe it was the time of the night, it was getting close to sundown, and the fish were biting, and we weren't just catching bluegill. We were catching bass, and we were catching crappie, and all sorts of other species. Go. Oh, I lost it.